Welcome everyone. Welcome to the commerce world. If you like my video, please do like, comment and share with your friends. Welcome to audio visual presentation. This is Afrin Osama Chogle, your commerce teacher. Today we are going to learn about comparative analysis of features of business, profession and employment. Let's together start with the topic. Business. Business represent organized efforts by an individual or a group of individuals. It is a systematic attempt by a business person to produce goods and services and sell them in the market to reap the rewards by the way of profit. Businessmen are those persons who conduct their own activities of production, distribution as well as making profit. It satisfies, multiplies the complex needs of the society. Production of goods actually means making of good. It may be agriculture product or a finished good produced in the factory. Goods can be produced with the manpower or with the help of machine. As you all know, business can be done at a production level as well as at a distribution level. However, converting or cultivating piece of a land and growing food grain is example of agriculture production. Converting oilseeds into edible oil with the help of manpower as well as machine power is example of manufacturing of goods. The goods can be produced as well as manufactured, and both the cases business activities can perform its own. Distribution includes marketing of goods and services. It involves transport, warehousing, advertising, which facilitate transfer of goods from producer to the final consumer. Business activity is those activities which involve money. A person doing any other activity relating to production or distribution and money is compelled in a way of profit is known as business activity. Here we can learn about definition of business. Professor Haney. Business activities are those activities which are directed towards the production and processing of wealth. There is another definition by Professor Bright, Hughes and Kapoor. The organized efforts of an individual to produce and sell for a profit the goods and services that satisfy the society need. There are certain characteristics or the features which the business refers to. A business is an economic activity. The first one, economic activity. Business is an economic activity as it is undertaken to earn money or livelihood. It is not because of love, affection, feeling and sentiments, etc. It is purely compelled by a money. Doing activities which involve money is known as business activity. Next one, two parties. Every business transactions involve an exchange. Minimum two parties are required for exchange. The first one is a seller and the next one is the buyer. Business transaction is a result of an agreement between the buyer and seller, which may be oral or written. The two parties' involvement into an agreement is known as business activity, where exchange takes place from the seller to the buyer. The ownership of a product or a services is being referred or exchanged in the term of business activity. And the third one, profit motive. The basic purpose of the business is to earn profit from its activities. Businessmen try to maximize the profit either by increasing the volume or sales, means the size of the sales, or reducing its cost. There are two components. First, to increase the production, and the second one is to reduce the cost. In both the cases, profit can be generated at a large. It is spine of the business which keeps the business going in a long run. The profit motive. The amount of profit may differ from business to business. Business activities always involve a profit motive. Without a profit, a business cannot survive in a long run. And the next one, production of goods and services. Before exchanging the goods and services, they should be produced by business enterprises. Goods are either manufactured or procured from the suppliers with the aim of selling it further to the consumer for profit. There is a production of goods and services where both exchanging the goods and services, they should be produced by business enterprises. Goods are either manufactured or procured. First, they are manufactured or procured from the suppliers and the aim of selling it further to the consumer for the profit. The next step is the exchange of goods and services. Business involves transfer of goods and services directly or indirectly, with money or money worth. Monetary exchange is the exchange with money. Example, buying notebooks for cash. On other hand, in case of barter exchange, where goods and services are exchanged for other goods and services. Example, wheat is exchanged for rice. If goods are produced for own consumption, that is stitching a dress for a daughter, it cannot be a business activity. It is a relation oriented and money is not involved. Hence, but stitching a dress in a tailoring shop and taking the stitching charges for that is a business activity. Any activity which involves money is a business activity. Similarly, if goods are donated or given as a gift, then it is cannot be considered as business activity at all. Gifts and donations are not considered as a business activity. The next one, dealing in goods and services. Every type of business transaction is concerned with either goods or services. In the absence of goods and services, business cannot take place. There is no motive to consider the business activity without goods and services. These goods are consumer goods or capital goods. However, services created for the business purpose are intangible, which are essential for doing the business. For example, transportation, banking, insurance, etc. Goods are mainly classified as consumer goods, for example, tea, milk, pencil, rubber, etc. And the capital good, for example, which involve lots of money, machinery, plant, furniture, etc. Continuity in dealing. Every business requires regularity in the transaction. One single transaction does not constitute business. For example, if you are purchasing from the Ola app, or if you are purchasing anything from the OLX app, does not involve business activity. It is only a single purchase. Example, if this person sells its own motor car and earns profit, then it is not considered as a business activity. But if the car dealer does the same, then he sells the purchased car regularly, then it is considered as business activity. Business also involves uncertain returns. In business, the returns are never predictable or guaranteed. Businessmen may earn profit or suffer loss. Either profit or loss can be incurred. The next one, element of risk. Risk is the key element of every business, which is concerned with exposure to loss. It is due to some unfavorable or undesirable event. If every business will have some or the other risk. Intensity of the risk can be minimized but cannot be avoided. Certain factors are beyond the control of businessmen, like changes in the customer taste, likes and dislikes, fashion, changes in the method of production, fire, theft, natural calamities, etc. No business is free from above mentioned factors. Every business has a some or the other risk involved. And the last one, customer satisfaction. Customer satisfaction is the ultimate aim of all the business activities, and business is not an exception to it. Modern business believes in satisfying the consumer by providing quality products and services at a reasonable prices. The purpose of the business is to create and retain the customer. Now, what is profession? Profession is a that part of economic activity under which a person uses his educational knowledge and special skills to render services for earning some or the other income. The person who render or provide such services are known as professionals. Examples are doctor, lawyer, chartered accountant, teacher. The first one is aim. Every profession is practiced for earning money. Also, they render services to their clients and solve the problem. For example, a doctor practices knowledge for earning money by giving the medicine to its client or the patients. The next one, qualifications. A profession can be practiced only after acquiring required qualifications. Each profession has certain set of body of knowledge. This knowledge has to be acquired only by a systematic and formal training. One cannot practice profession unless this knowledge is acquired. Next one is financial returns. Professionals get fees in exchange of their services. Income received by profession is not fixed. Any profession can charge the fees accordingly according to the experience and the knowledge and the set of skills he or she acquires. The next one is the capital. Profession can be practiced independently, or professionals accept a job in any organization. For example, a doctor can open his own clinic and practice independently, but he can also get a job in a hospital and he can also practice the same in a hospital. Independent practices professionals requires huge capital for setting this practice. It differs from profession to profession. Next, non-transferability. Profession cannot be transferred to other person on the will of the professionals. For example, a doctor cannot transfer his medical practice to his son or a daughter who has not completed concerned medical education. Nature of work. Professionals charge fees in exchange of export services. When an architect designs the layout of the office for fees, in return he charges the fees. Registration and membership. Some professionals have a council which regulates the activity of the professionals. These professionals has to register themselves with their respective council and get a certificate of practice. For example, Bar Council of India for lawyers, ICAI for chartered accountant, University for teachers, Medical Association for doctors. The code of conduct mentioned by their respective council must be strictly followed by every professional. Every practicing professional has to acquire membership from their respective council, and then only they can practice it further. What is employment? It is an economic activity in which people work for others. There is employer and employee relationship. Employer is the person who offers the job, and the person who accepts the job is known as employee. Remunerations and terms and conditions are agreed by both of them. Let us start with features of employment. First one, aim. The main aim is to earn money for meeting the needs of the employees and the employers. The employment is the key between employer and employee. Both are mutually benefited by the terms and conditions explained in the employment. Next is qualification. Each job requires some qualification. Skilled or unskilled labor is required as per the nature of the job. For skilled job, some specific qualifications are required. Example, job of the nurse, job of the safety officer, etc. But no specific qualification for unskilled job is necessary. For example, office boy, watchman, supermarket operator, as well as the next one, monetary returns. Wages or salaries is given as a financial return to the employee after the completion of the work. Wages are decided in advance before appointment. Wages are paid daily or weekly. Salaries are paid monthly. Along with the salary, other benefits like bonus, quarter to stay, subsidized foods in the canteen, etc., also can be given to the employees. These are the additional benefits for the employee by the employer. Next one is the capital. No capital is required for employment because employer invest and provide everything to the employee for completion of the task or the job. The next one, registration. No registration is required. Every employee has to follow the rules and regulation mentioned in the terms and condition of the employment contract. Non-transferability. Employment cannot be transferred from one person to another. For example, if a teacher retires, he cannot transfer his job to another person or his daughter or a friend or relative. Nature of work. Every employee is expected to complete the work which is given to him. The nature of the job decides the nature of the work. I wish you all liked my video. Thanks for watching.